Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, I have been preparing the outline for this show for a long time. And although it is never completely finished, it's finished enough for me to finally do this. We're going to put this in one big long segment, and then we're also going to cut segments out. Why do I want to do this? The reason why I want to do this is I feel like I'm every man that stays fit and healthy. And I would like to share my knowledge with you in hopes that I can inspire some or many of you to get fit and healthy and stay fit and healthy. First, a little bit about my background so you know where I am coming from. I grew up working on the farm. I also loved sports. However, in my day and age, back when I was growing up, I didn't get a chance to play sports except recreational because it was farm work first. So I didn't get to play. But when I got to Latin school, the sports powerhouse, I played baseball, I played soccer, I played, what else? Those baseball, soccer, and basketball. When I became, I would say 19, is when I first embarked on some kind of an exercise regiment because that's when I stopped working on the farm. And I started lifting weights in my garage, and I started running. I also started doing karate training. So and I took that for 4 years, or I think it was 4 years. And then I have always had an exercise program from that day forward. And I want to share with you some of the things that I do. And I'm really proud of it because I am 60 years old. And a lot of what I'm going to have to say is directed towards people my age or my kind of lifestyle relative to professional work so you can do it. By the way, when I worked on the farm, I got enough physical exercise. I couldn't work out. I was too tired when I got done. Now, what is it? I love stressing this. What is in every single book? If you go into the Barnes & Noble, Joseph Beth, whatever, on fitness. Every book says, eat better, exercise. And how you do that is your own individual way. But I crack up at health and fitness books because it's all eat better and exercise. Now, obviously, there's some quote unquote devil in the details. I next would like to just simply say this. Your health is everything. You cannot do your job, enjoy your daily life, or anything. Those of you that have good health know what I'm talking about. Those of you that do not have good health know what I'm talking about. Your health is everything. I firmly believe in this country that everybody, for the most part, I mean, there's some exceptions, severe poverty, but everybody in America gets to eat, has a roof over their heads, and what separates us really is our health. Not just money. All right. The number one thing, I read this recently, the number one issue that when people are on their deathbed, and this is shocking to me, they said, it's not all I would have spent more time, blah, blah, blah. It's wish I would have took care of myself sooner. See, for example, if you're a smoker and you get COPD, you're like, oh man, I wish I didn't smoke. Well, it's a little too late now. So you wish, I wish I would have taken care of myself. Now, no one chooses to be here in life. We're born. We're here. And I want all of you all to know that my philosophy is you only got one body. You only live once. There's nothing more important than taking care of your health. I do not understand why people don't execute that. By the way, I'm doing this in two parts, two big parts. This is physical health. I am going to address mental health. Now, what you want to do, in my opinion, is play the odds. People say, oh, exercise wastes time, diet's exercise time. You're going to die when you... Well, you know what? If you want to play the odds, we can all get that random cancer. I can get hit by a bus tomorrow. I mean, you accept all that. But you play the odds that if you eat right and exercise and you have some kind of a program, you are going to live longer. Now, I have a theory. The three number one stressors in our life: money, relationships, and health. Nothing affects those three more than your health. Health is the most important one because your health affects your relationships. It affects your ability to money. I always use Jerry Jones's son, Stephen Jones, as an example. I feel bad because I'm a Cowboys fan. He's got all that money, and look how out of shape he is. By the way, I never understood why anybody rich is out of shape. Now let's get into some topics here. Genes testing. And by the way, I don't have this in any necessarily particular order. We live in a time and a place where this is incredible. And if you can afford it, you should get genes testing, and you should figure out how to afford it. The idea and concept that you can do some gene tracking to see what you're predisposed of and head it off the past is amazing. Now, here are 4 terrible habits, terrible existence that you just can't do, folks. Smoking, the number 1 bad for your health. Drinking, number 2. Obesity and diabetes. Folks, it's not okay to be fat if you can avoid it. We live in a society of acceptance of obesity. Well, we shouldn't accept obesity. And if you're obese, you shouldn't be obese. Do what you can to stop being obese. You'll be happier. And then personal hygiene. You know, cleanliness is next to godliness. It'll also help your health. All right, exercise. Why should you care about exercise? I made a list here. And I can tell you right now, exercise is the number 1 treatment for mild depression. Why? Because it releases endorphins. I exercise every single day, and I need those endorphins. And it's amazing how much better I feel every exercise. Endorphins. So it fights depression. You look better. Everybody looks better, a little skinnier. You feel better. You perform better. You move better. Just walking around the house, folks, you can exercise. I did that for a while. I put on my music and I just walked around the outside of my house. The other night I showed you where I worked around inside my house. There's no excuse not to get exercise. And today, you got to just have that grit to do it. In this day and age, you can make phone calls while you walk. You can scroll while you walk. To be sitting on a couch just scrolling instead of walking doesn't make sense. Also, listen to your body. You got to listen to your body. Don't do too much. All right, resistance training. Now, this is where I might differ with a lot of you, but this is just my feeling, especially when you're my age. I have been using the resistance machines now at Planet Fitness for like 5 years straight, and I have not gotten hurt at all. That's the problem with free weights. I believe in free weights, but use light free weights, and a guy my age, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't do any good. You are more likely to hurt yourself using free weights than resistance machines. Just that simple. I'm going to tell you what my regimen is. My regimen, it is 3 times a week at Planet Fitness going through the resistance machines. It is walking every chance I get, listening to music or talking on my phone. It is walking and swimming in my pool. This past summer, I got in a good habit of every day walking in my pool for an hour. I casual bike in my driveway. Get a bike, just bike in your driveway. You can go around circles. You don't need to get out on a dangerous street. Treadmill. I think every home ought to have a treadmill as much as they do a color TV. Why? You can walk and run watching television or on your phone. I also have these hand squeezers that I use when I'm on a treadmill. And folks, I was getting carpal tunnel syndrome, and instead of having carpal tunnel surgery, I use those. I got the strongest wrists and forearms that I've ever had. Now, the other thing about exercise is the timing of it. Whatever feels good. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes. Don't get caught up in a fixed time. When you're in the mood to exercise, exercise. I have gotten in the habit now of exercising 2 times a day, and on weekends, sometimes 3. For example, exercising, even taking a 10 to 20 minute walk after you eat, really helps. All right, stretching. I believe in stretching. Learned it in karate. stretching is important. Take yoga. If you could only do one type of exercise, you ought to stretch. Martial arts also do a lot of stretching. Another example of some exercise, folks, you can take your body and do, Herschel Walker's famous, you can do sit-ups, you can do push-ups, you can stretch, you can do all kinds. You can do calf raises where you just stand on your heels and just do calf raises. There's countless things that you can do all the time. All right, your back. Your back's really important. And by the way, I believe in a chiropractor. A chiropractor, but I also believe that you can do that at home. My wife and I push on each other's back. She walks on my back. You can do a subluxation push back at home. Also, there's a back roller. There's a back roller you can get now. Boy, I roll on that back. It's great. If you can afford it, and I think everybody ought to, really, at least once a month. I do it once a week. A massage. A massage improves your lymph nodes. A massage improves your muscle, stress, everything. There's nothing like. I get a 90-minute massage once a week, and it's worth it. Diet. All right, here we go. We all know, eat less. Here's the thing. We all know, avoid sugar. We all know, avoid salt. You know what? I always joke about this because fruit's got sugar in it. You ever know anybody fat from just eating fruit? No, eat all the fruit you want. In fact, Weight Watchers doesn't give you any points at all for fruit and vegetables. Carbs. We know carbs. Too much carbs can be bad, but man, no carbs, you're not going to have any energy. High protein. The older than you get, when I almost lost my arm, by the way, there's that scar where I almost lost my arm, lost part of my trapezius and bicep. By the way, I didn't do physical therapy. I just exercised. I learned that. I said, man, protein, your brain and your muscles. Snacking. Folks, get some healthy snacks, but it's okay to have a crappy snack too. I'll tell myself, my favorite snack these days, I went through pudding, I went through Jell-O, is big fluffy Marshalls, Josh Wentz. Big marshmallows. I eat 2 of them. It's a lot of sugar, but I don't care. It's a snack that gets me through the night. All right, coffee. Coffee's been proven to be good for you. Unfortunately, I don't like coffee. Tea, same thing. Energy drinks can be dangerous, folks. Some of you partake, I do not. Walking 10 minutes after you eat. Try it, even if it's around your house. Water. We all know how much we're water. Drink as much water as possible. All of your organs will function better if you drink a lot of water. All right, now this is where I'm going to differ with a lot of people. I take a lot of vitamins and supplements. They can be expensive, so not all of you can maybe afford them, but this is what I take. Because I take so many, I take a special liver supplement. I take garlic. Garlic heals. I take turmeric. I take fish oil, good for cholesterol. I take zinc, your immune system. I take glucosamine chondroitin, sulfate, that's for your joints. I swear it works. I take B12 for energy. I take vitamin E, good for your skin, your hair. Vitamin D. I take a GNC Mega Min. Now, this is where I've been taking, my wife introduced me this, and I take it, and it makes an unbelievable difference in anxiety. And my anxiety is like temper, is CBD. It is amazing how much CBD's helped me. Fiber. I take Metamucil capsules, 3 of them a day. They work. You're not going to get enough fiber in your diet. Take some Metamucil. Amino acids, protein, vitamin C. I've added recently that Neutrogenics Total T Testosterone that Frank Thomas advertises, and it works. Prevagen. A lot of people say this doesn't work. It's for your brain. Totally disagree. I've been taking it for years. I believe in Prevagen. Selenium. And last but not least, the big antioxidant CoQ10. Now, I know some of you are going to say, that's too much. Well, guess what, folks? My blood work is always perfect. All right, lisinopril. I got high blood pressure the first time in my life in my bar battle way back in early 2010. Folks, I had the lowest dosage of lisinopril there is, and I told my doctor, well, this situation will go away. He says, no, you should stay on it because it's prophylactic and it won't hurt you. And I'm like, wow. I said, how come every man over 40 years old isn't on lisinopril? He goes, they ought to be. So I'm on a very low dose of lisinopril. Blood pressure, Last I checked, it was 117 over 77, 120 being 80. So, I mean, my blood pressure is perfect. Probiotics, not for me, but I've heard a lot of good things about them for your gut. All right, here's something where I also might disagree with a lot of people. Folks, I think it's bad to be on diet pills for a real long time. However, to kickstart a diet, and you'd be better off, your heart's able to do it, you'd be better off on diet pills than dying of a heart attack and being obese. I have taken Adipex to kickstart diets. You know, when you've seen me all hyper, I guarantee you, I was on Adipex. Bottom line is, though it works, you get off of it. It's speed. It's licensed speed, low dose. Ozempic, folks, that's working wonders for the ladies. You know, more power to you. All right, caffeine and energy drinks. I don't take energy drinks, and I don't drink Mountain Dews because all the sugar and everything else. I take pure grade, as I joke, Josh Wentz, 100% pure grade caffeine. I take no dose, 200 milligrams. Don't take more than 2 a day. And by the way, those people that say caffeine, I don't have a problem with caffeine, and I'd rather take it in a pill form and get my caffeine. It lasts 3 hours for that boost. All right. Avoid boredom. Why? We eat when we're bored. I picked up this book from a Navy SEAL in the bookstore once, and I just was turning pages and boom, it was right there. Boredom makes you snack. Does me? I'm sure it does you. All right. I want you to be leery of corporate health care. Why? They want money. They advertise to get you to start treating. Of course, it's the health insurance racket. They don't really want you to be healthy. You need to be your own advocate. You can be penny wise and dollar foolish. For example, you don't take care of your health, taking vitamins and getting tests, and boom, then you got a real medical problem. Physical therapy. I never believe in physical therapy. You want to go once? Some things are exception, real bad accident, your leg is really mad, but your average aches and sprains. I don't believe in physical therapy, folks. You might go once and learn what the exercises are. You can do them at home. Screening testing. Okay, the screening and testing is huge. I get out in the sun. I'm fair skinned. I've always been in the sun. I go every 6 months to get my skin checked, butt naked, head to toes. By the way, you can find a skin cancer in here. I know a guy lost half his face because they missed a skin cancer in his ear. Bottom line is, if you're predisposed to skin cancer, every 6 months, just go to the skin doctor. $100. Get looked at. It's worth it. You probably will never die of melanoma. Blood work. I get my blood work every 6 months. I don't want to do it. You got at least a year. Something's out of line. Colon. I started getting colonoscopies when I was 35. Prostate. If you're an adult male, get prostate checked. Mammograms if you're a woman, pap smear, your heart. Dental and floss. I heard somebody say the number one thing that you can do for your health is dental floss. I like that mouthwash because it just cleans up all the germs. Your vision. Folks, these eyeballs are incredible. You have to check them out. You should go once a year to get your eyes checked. I do. You can go down to Walmart. Doesn't cost you anything to get your eyes. I think like $60. Cancer screenings if there's a regular. Then regular checkups. All of these things I just outlined will avoid, see, especially men. Men want to feel like they're strong. No. The sooner you catch a problem, the better. It seems like we all get cancer. You live long enough to get cancer. I just always hope that when I get that terrible news, it's early. Of course, you never know. Allergies. I used to have, but this is weird. I had allergies up to a couple of years ago, like general allergies, and I took Claritin and it worked. Then all of a sudden I stopped having them. I guess I grew out of them. I also even went to get allergy shots for a couple of years and it worked. This is funny. The office staff, the girls actually said this, Josh, when I circulated this. Anything I need to add to the list? They said, yes, safe sex. I said, okay. So practice safe sex too. All right. Lifeline testing. Have you ever heard about Lifeline? They go around in the neighborhood a couple times a year. I've been going for a decade now. They screen you for stroke risk, your carotid artery, an aneurysm, osteoporosis, CAT scan. That's what they screen you for. Some other things that if you can afford it, full body scans are in vogue now, and also an angiogram heart CAT scan. Neil Mosier told me I ought to get that. Listen to your body. Do not ignore pain. Pain means something is wrong. Find out what is wrong. Be honest with yourself. I hate to use that. By the way, I don't want to see before and after pictures on Facebook. Nobody needs to see that stuff, but you know what? You might want to just be honest with yourself in the mirror. If we're all honest with ourselves, man, I know about you, but when I look in the mirror, I'm like, God dang, I've gotten fat. You just got to be honest with yourself. Get in the outdoors. I believe in, like old Benjamin Franklin and John Adams got in debate. I believe in fresh air. The more you're outdoors, the more fresh air, the better. The sun. Sorry, as long as you're getting your skin checked, I believe in sun. Vitamin D, it helps your mood. Everybody is happier on a sunny day. I'm sorry, but I believe in napping when you're tired, sleep. When you are pushing through, really being tired, that's straining your body. If you take a nap, then you're not tired. You function better. Distractions affect sleep. Also, I'm a big believer in melatonin. I only take it 2 nights, Friday and Saturday night. I don't have to have it, but by golly, I sleep deep with one little small dose of melatonin. Personal safety. You know what? Don't take crazy freaking risks. Some of the things people do, I can't believe it. Learn self-defense. That's all part of safety. Avoid major risks. Be honest with yourself. Buy a scale. I used to avoid it. Now I don't. I get on that scale every day. Sometimes there's an exception. I know I eat too much on weekends. I'll wait till Monday or Tuesday. But get on a scale. Scale doesn't lie. Blood pressure machine. This is the silent killer for all of us men. Get a freaking blood pressure machine and get the best there is and check your blood pressure as often as you can. I do. Antibiotics. Okay, this is the big joke. They say, well, you can get you can become immune to antibiotics, blah, blah, blah. Guess what, folks? There's some bacteria infections. You're not going to get better unless you get a damn antibiotic or suffer. Get the damn antibiotic. I'm going to worry about my developing something with antibiotics when I need to worry about it. That's my belief. I'm sorry, but I believe it. Surgery. Avoid surgery, except if you're in pain. The people that I know that knee replacement and hip replacement surgery, every one of them says, wish I would have done it sooner. Clothes. You know what? Get yourself some decent clothes to exercise in. You'll feel better when you do it, especially you ladies. Listen to music. There's nothing better when I work out than a little caffeine and music. Just natural. There's a reason why professional athletes listen to music before they play their games. Folks, mold. I just want to bring this up because I get calls all the time. Mold is not that big of a deal. I'm sorry, but it's not. People think everybody's going to get sick from mold. Good luck finding a doctor that proves that you got sick as a result of mold. Aluminum deodorant. I know this is some random stuff. Aluminum in deodorant is bad. I did it for my whole life. Starting about 5 years ago, I stopped using aluminum in deodorant. Your wallet. You ready for this one? Learn this from a chiropractor. You guys having a wallet in your back pocket is not good. It messes up your spine over time. Out of whack. That's why I keep my wad in my front pocket. Finally, you know what? Anything that you can do like sports leagues that makes exercise, we're all different. Some people aren't motivated. Others are. But sports leagues is helpful. Now, folks, I'm not a self-righteous know-it-all. I'm not a doctor. I have no degrees. I'm just an average Joe. But I have taken care of myself really damn well from my birth till now. I've always exercised. I eat bad and I eat good. It's a blend of everything. I'm never going to get trapped in like my whole life dedicated to exercise, my whole life dedicated to eating perfect, like Tom Brady. You don't have to do that. It's called balance. And I'm really proud of myself at 60 years old. My wife would get pissed off at me, but I could show you I am skinny and I got a little six-pack going on. And I'm 60 years old. The other thing that's great too, Josh Wentz, I like teasing people. If you shave your head and your beard, nobody will know you got gray hair. So there's my tips. We're going to do a mental one too. Josh Wentz, thank you for this very long show. Good job on the graphics. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Stay fit and healthy.